welcome in my channel today. Today I come back with a new topic. I will not say it's a new topic, but yet it's a old, and I say old is always gold. Today's topic is specifically on the knowledge management. The term knowledge itself contains a lot of meanings as well. Someone say that if I can help you in some matter, it is my knowledge. Someone say if I can solve any issue, it is my knowledge. It means knowledge is kind of experience which I am getting from the different manners. And in IT industry, we always prefer that the knowledge should be maintained at a centralized place so that anyone who is coming or going out from my project can read those articles, can read those knowledge things and get the expertise in that particular area. So today I once again welcome you all in my video, in my channel, and we are going to be discuss specifically on the knowledge management. ServiceNow provide me a knowledge management module as a part of the ITSM. I can record my knowledge articles. When I say record means I can create my knowledge article, I can publish my knowledge article, I can unpublish my knowledge article, I can retire my knowledge article, I can check out my knowledge article, I can put approvals on my knowledge article, and I can put my knowledge article on a separate place. When I say it's a separate place, basically when we talk about the knowledge management, specifically I'm talking here, the example I'm taking from the library side. If you go to library, it contains hundreds of thousands of books. But did you find any difficulty to find out a specific book of a specific type of a subject? No, because they are maintained in such a manner that you need to just check the details that okay, where this book has been placed in rack number 21 or this. You go there, find the book and get it for the issuing part. So let's not waste more time on the introduction part of the theoretical part. Let me take you on the knowledge article side. Okay, so here I am going to be discuss the knowledge article from the two perspectives. Number one, I am talking about the end user perspective. Now means suppose if I create a knowledge article and I want that my end user who is going to be used or who is using my services can get a help from that. And it is important for industry to maintain a good knowledge base. Nowadays, market is going in such a manner that companies are avoiding that user should log a ticket. He should get a help from IVR, either from the bot or chatbot or from the knowledge article itself. Okay, so let's take example first and then we will create a knowledge article end to end. We'll follow the knowledge article lifecycle end to end. So suppose I'm an end user here and I want to configure something on my phone. So let me go to my knowledge base. I can search from the end user perspective. I can search a knowledge article here as well, or I can go to the knowledge base. Let me take you in the simple manner. Let me go as into the knowledge base here. I click on the knowledge base, or I can do one more thing. I can search on the home page as well. Let me go to the home page first. That example, it's good and better because we are an end user always prefer to search on the front page. Let me say I want to do Microsoft Outlook and just click on the enter. I click on the enter and it will go into the background and fetch the articles for me where the word Microsoft has been mentioned. So you can see here, being an end user, I can get this Microsoft Outlook of issues and I can read this article. Let me click on this article here. I'm just taking example that I am an end user on the website. Okay, now being an end user, what I can do here? Okay, suppose I read this article and now my time to give some kind of a feedback, a review, a rating, because if an end user will not give a rating, how the knowledge manager or how the company or how the service provider will come to know that this is the article which is used by the user or not in the proper manner. So I can give the ratings here. You can see I have the ratings here. Okay, I can give this article is helpful or not, yes or no. I can rate the article from here. Let me put a rating 1. Okay, I put rating 1. So you can see, thank you, rating has been saved. This article is not useful for me, number 2. And number 3, as the end user perspective, I can put a comment. Not happy with article, please add some screenshots. Okay, and then I click on the submit. All these things I am doing only from the end user perspective. Please, I'm not working as, don't consider my user as the admin, just consider my user as the end user who go and click on the submit button here. Now the thing come into the picture. Atul, that is good that as the end user I provided the feedback, but what will happen in the background? How I or how my team or how my knowledge management team will come to know that someone put some feedback on a knowledge article. Now let me take you on the ITL view. So I can see this is the article, Microsoft Outlook issue, okay, and this is my KB article number. Let me copy this just for a quick verification or the I can say reference. I go here, search here for a knowledge, like I'm doing some R&D there. Okay, so I have two mechanisms. Either I can go on the all. Okay, either I can go on the all and search my knowledge article number here. So this is my knowledge article which we just referencing now here. Microsoft Outlook issue, Microsoft Outlook issue. Click on this number. I click on this number. And then I scroll down and go to the feedback. I go here as a feedback, and here I can see the feedback which I received just now. But again a question come in the mind. Atul, is it not feasible for me to go one by one and each article and identify or see the feedback on the daily basis? So what else ServiceNow give to me? ServiceNow give us a feedback management as well. Scroll down a little bit more. For this particular thing, you should be a knowledge manager. I can go to the feedback section here. Click on the feedback. I just put on the all here. And you can see here. If you search from the knowledge article number here, just search here. You see, right? 2 minutes, 3 minutes, this thing. And 3 minutes. Because I was just doing some R&D on that. So you can see here, click on this. Being a knowledge manager, you can see, okay, useful none, because on the front end I got 3 events in the background. Number 1, rating. Number 2, usefulness, or number 3, comment. So 3 different records created in the background. First record is my comments. Okay, that is fine. Let me go back. Second, you can see here, click here. You can see rating 1. This rating 1. Second record is generated here. And third is my usefulness. Useful? No. So in short, ServiceNow create 3 different records, or the basically 3 different records on the user click on or submit this output to us. Okay. So this is from the end user perspective, and this the screen you can see is from the knowledge manager side. Now up to the knowledge manager, if you want to click flag true, it means some action required at your end now. You think that, oh, this is a wrong feedback I'm getting. Let me flag it. Let me check why user give me this feedback. Maybe he is not able to understand English properly. Maybe my screenshots are not good. Maybe the wordings is not the giving the right answers to my user. Or maybe he's frustrated and he just put a useful as a no. Let me check with them. So I can mark the feedback as a flag to improve my knowledge article. So this is the first phase of this particular video. Now I come to the second phase, because if I am having one article on the place here, it means I should know that how I can create that article. For this, you can go here. Any ITIL user can create a knowledge article. You can go here, and under the knowledge, you can see create new. Click on the create new here. I click create new here. Number 1 point, that is called the knowledge base. Let me take a hover on the place. Okay, there is nothing mentioning on the hover. Basically, knowledge base is the one of the new functionality given by ServiceNow, so that you can categorize your articles in a specific base. It means I am creating 3 different libraries under one roof. One library for the science, one library for the mathematics, one library for the English. But under that knowledge base, I have a multiple categories. Under science, I have physical, I have chemistry, I have biology, I have atomic science. Under mathematics, I have +2 mathematics books, or maybe I can say +2 algebra, or I can say other stuff on the place. So let me put a knowledge base. Again the question come, Atul, is it necessary to create a knowledge base from here? No, you can go here and search for the knowledge base. Let me open this as the knowledge base here. Knowledge base, and under knowledge admin you can go to the knowledge base. I can go here knowledge base, and I will create my one knowledge base. Let me go here, click on the new. Title of my knowledge base, I can say my title is basically training demo. Article validity, let me show you one more thing. If I just search here and knowledge create new, let me open this in the right window. Okay, so you can see here it's showing the valid 2 means if I am creating this article today, how long this article will be valid for 1 year, 2 years, 6 months, 5 months, 8 months, 10 years. So these records, these values come from the knowledge base. I say validity only for the 20 days. This thing basically come from the knowledge property, knowledge article property. It come from there. If you want to put any icon, you can put it disable commenting. If you put a disable as a commenting, no one can comment on the knowledge article. Disable suggestions, if I'm searching something, you want to put some more suggestions, you can do it. Disable category editing, it means the category which I am creating should not be editable by anyone. I can put anything. Let me put as a default here. Checklist, if you want to put any kind of a checklist like, okay, this article has been published, basically this for the operations guys, it has been reviewed properly, fonts are correct or not, these values are correct or not, table formatting is not fine or not, these things you can put it correctly. And any description you want to put, you can put it here. Related products, so let me put, this is my demo. Related products, where you want to show this particular knowledge articles from this particular stuff. So I can put as a double asterisk. Let me see anything. Yep. So you can see here, if someone searching for the SR notebook, these articles should be displayed. Kind of a tagging I am doing. Like if you search something on the Amazon website, you are searching for a mobile phone. On the top bottom, you are able to see with mobile phone you can order the headphone as well. You can order the Bluetooth headphones, or you can order something like a mobile cover. These things are kind of for related products. These are not related, these are not directly for the particular stuff, but these are the related ones. So you can put any kind of a product here. So if someone search for this product, he will get this option as well. Let me click on the lock here. Now come to very important point guys, honor. Every knowledge base must have one owner. So let me put that Mr. Ritesh is my owner of this particular knowledge base. Rest of the things I am just leaving as a blank. Why? I'll tell you little later on, because that has some specific things need to tell you guys. So let me click on the submit here. Okay, now let me go here and I'll create a new record and I put my training demo. This is my knowledge base which I just created. Who can read, who cannot read? It means you can see as I put the training demo, the validity has been come to the 18th April. 20 days it taking as of now. Okay, now can read, cannot read. It means who can read this article, who can see this article, and who cannot see this article. Number one thumb rule: if you're not putting any value in these two things, anyone can read this article very clearly on that part. These things come into the picture when I have a centralized knowledge base, but different departments are there in the same. Suppose I'm creating a knowledge article for the computer restart, but I don't want that this computer restart should be visible to my HR department. I don't want this computer should be visible, this computer restart article should be visible to my legal department. So you can put that user criteria. Okay, so you can create a can read or cannot read. Let me put some double asterisk and see what values are coming here. So I can see yes users, any user, I put any user can read this article because I want to show you something here. Then category. Now I see, let I have a science library, and under that science library I have 5 categories. I have a science of, I can say, physics, chemistry, biology and atomic. So what I can do, I can put double asterisk here. If something is coming, there's a no what I can say category we created as of now. So let me create a category on the runtime. Click on this as a lookup value or the lookup picker. Click on this, and here you can add a new one, pick category. Okay, I say it's a training demo, it's ServiceNow. If you want to create any subcategory in ServiceNow, I want to say it's admin. Let me put as a functional because I'm a functional trainer only, so let me put as a functional. Now click on the OK. It means this particular knowledge article will be visible to me in the functional as a category. This functional category come under the snow, like this thing. IT is a knowledge base, application as a one category, but I put the 2 level of category. Short description: hello in my channel, and let me copy this and paste it there as well. So you can do, see, now ServiceNow give a lot of things which we can utilize here. So you can see, you can put the different font family, bold, italic, underline, you can put the strike, so you can put the text color as well, paste as a text, copy and paste some from somewhere. Paragraphs, you can do it quickly, you can put heading 1 2 3, you can put quickly, you can put the bullet points, indentation you can do easily. You can create the table as well. Let me create a table here. I want this table, so I'm creating this table. You can insert some link here, you can remove some link here, you can put some images here. Let me click here. If I want to put an image, let me let me go and do it here then, so that I can put my images here. Okay, so you can bring that image from the image library if you want, otherwise you can put as an attachment as well. And from where you can get attachment, you can click on the browse and go to your system as well. It will take you in the local system, and then you can put a attachment. Let me go into the pictures here and click on the AG, and I can click here. You can put any tooltip you want to put it, you can put it very easily here. So this has been done. You can do the alignment as well. See the beauty of ServiceNow. These are the complete no code things as of now. You can do at any point of time. Tooltip, hello, alter text, welcome. Width, height you want to reduce, you can reduce. I'll say okay, it should be 300 only, 300. It will do these things. Border thickness you want to put, I can do, or I can say okay, 20 is the border thickness. Spacing you want to put, you can do anything with your requirement. Click on the save here. So now you can see all this has been taken care, very beautifully. Now if you want to put any video, you can put it, and if you want to put any kind of a source code, you can put any source code as well here. Copy paste something like HTML and all the things. See, if you want to do some change in the source code, you can do it easily here. Click OK. This is a full screen. Let me do out of the full screen, and you can see here that I put this as an attach image here, and it become as an attachment shown here. Now I come to the very beautiful things. Number one is that, Atul, how I will be knowing that this article is already created or not? So what ServiceNow say, as soon as you put the short description, click on the search for duplicate. What it will do, search existing articles for duplicate content based on the 3 major parameters: short description, category and the topic. So I click here, It will open a new window for me. It will go and find out. Let's see it is finding out or not. Hello in my channel. Okay, it finds some words. Hello, it finds some hello, it might find my or all these things, it finds somewhere. If you think that, oh, I got something here, then you can mark this as a cancel. Otherwise, what you can do, you can go here and work with the same things. So as of now, I did not find any article which is a duplicate for me. Right? Right? There's no article for me which I can find as a duplicate, which can be justified or which can be working properly as the short description and putting. So I'm thinking that this is not a duplicate one. Now attachment link, click an article, download its attachment instead of opening in a new article view. So these are the options you can give to the end user. I'm just putting as a default here, display attachments. It means you display all the attachment when viewing the article, only relevant when attachment link is unchecked. So these things basically for the end user, which we can see at the next stage. Now I click on the submit button here. My article number, let me see, 118. Let me copy it here and click it here. When I click on the submit button, I'm going on my list view of the knowledge article. Let's save it first. Okay, now you can see here. So my article has been ready. Let me see that I can able to see this or not in my this thing on my portal or not. Hello in my channel. Let me search for this word. Okay, hello in my channel. Okay, no article with this same name, no problem, because the reason is that this is still in the draft state, it is not published. So this is the second state of a knowledge article when you need to be publish this. If I click on the publish, it will get published into the system. Now I click on the publish. Definitely you have one important question in your mind. I come to that part. I intentionally doing this thing. I'll show you that why I missed out the few things here. I go here, click, and now I go here. And let me copy paste my content and search it here now. Let's see. Now I search this. Okay. End of the results. Nothing is displaying here. Maybe it's taking little time to be published. So what we can do to just to be rectify this, to be verify this thing. Let me go on the home page now here. Okay. Let me go to the knowledge base. Because my article is already published. Let me go and check. Category no, IT no, operating system no. Nothing is there. Where is my article then? Where is my category then? Application no, devices no, email no, Outlook no, Microsoft no, Excel nothing is there. Operating system, it's no, and you can see nothing is there. Let me try to reload my page. It's still not showing. Why? Let me go to my service portal first. Service portal, and let me click on the portals here, open the new window, and let me take, where is my service portal? SP is this. Let me see what I missed out actually. Okay, let it be load completely, and you can see here knowledge base. It's showing only IT as a knowledge base, but what is my knowledge base name? It's training demo. Let me click on the edit here and add that knowledge base in this particular place. You guys need to be understand the bindings, how it's be working. Training demo, click OK, save. Now and update. Now I go here, reload my page. See here, now I got the one training demo, right? When I click on the training demo, I have a snow, under snow I have a functional, under functional I am getting this hello in my channel. and you can see this article is there. So guys, very thumb rule is there. Whenever you're creating any knowledge base, please make sure you put that knowledge base on the service portal, otherwise it will not visible. So you can see the stuff here, all the tables, yes, no, you can put it here. Now I come to the one more point here, that there is a third phase which I want to show you. Definitely you guys have a question in the mind, Atul, how this possible that you publish a knowledge article without any approval on the place? That is not a best practice, because if my L1 or L2 engineer creating a knowledge article and it is not reviewed by my L3, can be very hard, it can be harmful for my end user, because if something my L1 or L2 mentioned wrong in the article, it go to the end user directly. So why you did not mention the review process on the place? Let me take you on the another phase of this section is called the workflow. I click on the workflow here and I go to the workflow editor. Let me show you one thing which is important to be understand here. Being a functional consultant, I should know that why my knowledge article is not going for the approval. So ServiceNow give me by default 7 to 8 knowledge workflow. And you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Total 6 to 7 knowledge workflow given by ServiceNow. One is approval ownership, approval publish. Atul, we have approval publish on the place, but why it's not going to my approval here? See, approval knowledge base management, why it's not going for the approval? Approval retire. I have approval instant as well. I have approval instant retire as well. Approval publishing as well. Guys, one thing is important to be understand here. Either you use the instant here, which I'm using publish knowledge. If you go to the instant publish, okay, let me open this instant publish. Is it this? Yep. So you can see here all the knowledge article all the knowledge workflow at the last calling to the publish knowledge one. This is the last workflow which is going and publish your article. Now the question come, Atul, why it's not going to my not going to my approval? Why this is the problem here? The issue is that which I not by mistake, which I intentionally leave it for you guys, is called the knowledge base. Let me go to my knowledge base. Let me open my knowledge bases here and let me open my training demo here. And you can see the publish workflow and the retire workflow is instant publish, instant retire. Let me open this workflow here where it's gone. It is there. In my knowledge base, I am using instant and instant. I'm not using approval. So what I need to do? Let me change this. Approval publish and approval retire. One more thing which is important here, which ServiceNow tell, I got this answer on the committee, that if you are creating any approval on the place, then make sure your your knowledge base must have a manager on the place. So I'll put my name as the knowledge manager here, add me. Nothing else I'm doing, I'm just making these 3 changes. Let me click on the save here now. I click on the save. Now let me go here, which is the knowledge articles, create a new article here. I show you some more things here, very interesting thing. Let me put the training demo here. Okay, I'm just skipping this can read, cannot read category. I'm putting as a snow this time. Sorry. What happened? Let me click here, snow. Okay, it is a little taking time. Let me click again on the category. Okay, now it's click. Sorry. Why it's not picking up quickly, Medi? Wait, let me reload my page. Seems some issue in my instance now. Let me reload it now. Oops, my network has gone something. No, should not be the case. Oops, some progress is going on my network, or nope, network is fine for me. Let me click here, go to the knowledge here once again. Okay, that's not look good. Let me check my network connection once again on this part. What happened? Let it be loaded again once again. Okay. Oops, it's completely down. That's not look good. Let me connect to my hotspot. Try to do that part. Sorry for inconvenience, guys. Not sure that why my net is not working. Okay, disconnect. Let me connect again. Really sorry for this. I don't want to be make a trouble of this thing. Okay, it's connected now. Okay, let me reload my page. Yep, it's working fine. Let me reload this page as well, so that I can just show you quickly that what's going on. Okay, so I'm putting as a training demo here. My training demo is here. Validity is coming. This time I can put category something as a snow. Let me put snow as a category here, and my other article I'm putting here. Let me just copy it and paste it here and click on the submit button here. Nothing else I'm changing now. I click on the submit. Okay, it's go here. Let me open my knowledge because it's reload my complete page. Okay, go here, knowledge, and where are my knowledge articles? Okay, all my number is 20, I guess, if I'm not wrong. Let it be loaded again. Yep, my other article. Click here now, and now I click on the publish button here. Let me show you something on the related list. You can see there's a nothing mentioned here. Affected products, nothing mentioned. Feedback, no. Feedback task, no. Approval, no. Article version, this 01 department. Translated version, article, nothing is there. Let me click on the publish here. And when I click on the publish, now this will go for the approval because I added that. Now you can see review. It is going in the review state. Let me click here and show you that to whom it go for the approval now. Let me scroll down and you can see here approval. It's go to Ritesh and Tuk Tuk. These two. Why Ritesh and Tuk Tuk? Let me show you that again as well. If I go here in my workflow, where's my workflow is yes. If I go here my workflow and go to the approval publish, and when I click on this approval part, let me go here and show you that something because it's coming from the scripting part. Let it be load. So you can see here get approver current. It means this particular function is calling to the get approver. It's not calling, basically it's doing the dot walking to get approval, and from where it get the approval, basically it go to my knowledge base. It go to my knowledge base and it pick up my owner and my manager. You can see my owner is Ritesh and my manager is Tuk Tuk. So these two people are showing as a approver in this particular record. You can change the script and you can put any approval group as well. That is up to you. You want to change, you can do it very easily on that part. So now let me approve this. Let me approve on my name first. Approve. And when I click on the approve, my article will go into the published state. I can approve, I can reject. So you can see here now it has been published. So this is the way that this is the one of the out of the box workflow has been set it instant approve, instant retire. If you want to make change, you can change it accordingly. Now another two things which I want to be would put here. Number one, that you can see knowledge article version has been changed 1.01 to v1.0. you can go and check the versions here. v0.01, 0.02, this is the one when I put in the draft. This is the one when it has been approved. This is the one when it is go for the finally to the customer. If I go and search here, my knowledge base is here. Let me click here. And now under snow as well, I can see one. If I click on the snow, you can see hello my in my channel. In my snow, I can see this thing. My other article is there. Okay. Now one more thing which I want to be show here, then we can close this particular discussion, is that you can retire this article. Retire means that this is no longer in use. Okay, so these things you can do by clicking on the checkout. There are two things which you can need to be understand. One is checkout, one is retire. Checkout means that I am making some changes in the existing knowledge article. The previous knowledge article is still visible to the customer for the use in the meantime, but retire means this particular article is no longer available for use to the end user. Let me click on the retire, and you can see when I click on the retire, it shows that my article has been retired here. The knowledge article is pending for retirement. Let me go here. Let's see the status of this pending retirement. Why? Because it go for the again approval, and I go here. Now it is just going for the again it's going to the two person, Ritesh or this. Let me approve on Ritesh behalf, because what I mentioned, I use the not instant where is my workflow, I did not use this. I use approval retirement. It means again it go for the approval for the same. It approved, it's retired. Let me reload my screen here. Let me put something in the this thing just to remove or overcome with my cache. And now I can see that only one article is visible for me here. You can see training demo, and under snow, under functional, I can see only one, that is the hello in my channel. So this is the one of the things that I can do. You can republish the retired article as well. Just click on the republish, it will be visible again. Okay, and after that we have a lot of options available here. Import articles, unpublished, published, retired articles. You want to see all these things you can do at your end. The only thing which I want to be highlight before I close this video is that you need to make sure that you put the right criteria under the candidate or cannot read. Otherwise it will be visible to the all users across the department, across, or I can say it will be visible to the all users who are using the service now in your organization or in your project specifically. Okay, so guys, hope you like this video. If you like, please put your comments in the comment section, and I am coming with more videos on the different topics to categorize, to simplify the understanding of a layman language in the layman person as well. Okay, so thank you so much guys once again to watching my video. Please subscribe my channel, share with your friends and family, because I have only one motto: learn and grow together. Thank you so much. Have a nice day guys. Bye bye.